But I started to feel burnt out. And when I raised those concerns, it just fell on deaf ears.
I've heard so many stories like that where the employer won't allow their employee to express themselves outside of the job.
So when you learn that you can't pour from an empty cup, and you really understand that concept that I gotta be full before I can do anything for anybody else, I think it becomes easy.
Welcome back. And I know it's Tuesday and y'all are like, what is going on? Today, the girls are taking a break. They're resting, they're recharging, and they're rejuvenating themselves. But I'm still here with y'all, and I have a special guest. And before we get into that, I need y'all to subscribe. So I'll give you a second to do so. Go ahead, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all are pressing the button. Make sure y'all are getting notifications so y'all can get this love every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. And I want to thank everybody who already tunes in every week. We love and appreciate each of y'all, okay? Also, too, y'all, there is this little money sign at the bottom of the live chat. Y'all should start pressing that thing. It's got 99 cents, $1.99, $9.99, even $19.99. And just show your girl some love, okay? Because this content costs. Listen, this life that we live as content creators and podcasters, it costs y'all. And y'all support helps us keep giving y'all the information that literally makes y'all lives a ton better, okay? And speaking of that, making our lives better, I got a special guest, y'all, who has been a light to this world in so many ways, okay? And her name is Jasmine, but on Instagram, we call her I Am Jazzy Mac, okay? And her information be at the bottom of the screen. And y'all, if you have been looking to stop going into work, stop clocking in, being in traffic for 2-3 hours in Atlanta, she has ways. And not even just ways, but she got the links and the whole nine to show y'all how to transition to working at home. Okay? And I saw one reel where she was at the Marriott eating brunch because she worked from home. Okay? And she also makes $100,000 a month. Yeah. Over. Okay? She know how to do it. So, and y'all know I love y'all. I love my audience, and anybody that comes to this couch is going to help us advance because this is our time to heal, grow, and evolve together. And first things first, before I introduce, or well, you can introduce yourself and tell the people about yourself. But because this is a couch, every time somebody comes to the couch, and this is my first time doing this, but from now on, when people come, I want to ask them, how is their heart today? How is your heart today? Because that's what we thrive on here at the couch, is healing and making sure people's hearts and spirits and minds are good. So how was your heart today?
My heart is full.
Oh, I love it.
My heart is so full. Mm-hmm. You know, I woke up feeling really I felt great. I felt high almost, in a sense. Just high off of gratefulness, high off of just being like amazed at where I've come from and just where God has taken me. So my heart is full.
That's beautiful. I love it. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so is mine. I woke up feeling good too. It's a good day.
Yeah.
Okay. So Miss Jasmine.
Yes.
Miss Jasmine. Who is Jasmine and what did Miss Jasmine come to deposit on this earth?
Whew. Oh my goodness. Where do I start? So first and foremost, Jasmine is a wife. Jasmine is a mom. Jasmine is the youngest of 6 kids. I'm the baby of the family. And I am someone that, loves everybody, wants to pour into everybody. And so as far as what I came to deposit into this world, I want to show people that it's never too late. It's just never too late. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to become, I show people that it's never too late. There's an easier way of doing things. And I think my light that I give to this world is showing people how to do things related to, increasing their net worth, living a better life, and then showing people how you use your struggle and how you can monetize your struggle and just ultimately just glorifying God. Just, God is amazing, and I think we sometimes forget it. So I think I'm here to show people that God is still real.
That's dope. Okay. Here, I love people ask me all the time about, entrepreneurs, and moms being able to balance it all.
Yeah.
Okay. So, can you, first of all, before we go into a balance everything, can you tell us about your journey to becoming a successful CEO?
Yes. So
And you could tell us why when you tell us about it, give us some challenges and things that you probably faced
oh
on
yeah.
that journey to becoming.
Yeah, I mean, it
Yeah.
was the challenge that propelled me into becoming an entrepreneur. So I worked in corporate for about 10 years, and I worked in mostly IT, fintech, cybersecurity. I've done consulting for Fortune 500 companies, worked in project
Period.
management. So, I was out here. I was a
Yes.
Silicon Valley unicorn, just out here. I was an engineer also. And so at one point in time, IT was my life. I loved meeting people, loved being innovative, just loved building things, discovering things, and mostly just loved talking, communicating with people. So with IT, I got to travel a lot. I got to just go to these amazing conferences. We flew, first class everywhere we went. It was a first class flight, and that was amazing until I started to experience burnout. I started to experience microaggressions from people that were intimidated by my intelligence and people that were intimidated by how fast I was moving up the ladder. And so those microaggressions started and they didn't stop. And so I started to experiment with moving around, working for different companies. And I started to see that, the higher I went up, the more challenges I faced, not with the work that I was doing, but with the people accepting me or people, just being intimidated by this Black woman that has, been a mover and shaker and is just, doing her own thing unapologetically. And so I think that when I say like my struggles in corporate propelled me to get to where I am today, what I mean by that is I can remember when I was pregnant, I was working in corporate, just the amount of stress that I was under, it seemed like when you became good at your job, people would recognize that and then put more on top of it and constantly pile more work because they know that you can put out these results. They know that you can save the company $1 million in productivity. So I was good at what I did, but I started to feel burnt out. And when I raised those concerns, it just fell on deaf ears. It was like you hired me to be a project manager and I'm doing that. And now you're adding on being like an accountant, being the finance person, being the contracts manager. These are things you're not paying me for. And so I did start to become depressed and just really, really was at that point in my life where I was like, I don't want to do this. I've made this company millions of dollars, but you treat me like I'm replaceable. And so during that time, I had a lot of people in my family that would ask me about credit and would ask me about finances. And it got to the point where I said, it's hard to tell the same thing to so many people. So decided to make a YouTube video. That video went viral. And during that time, I was pregnant with my son. And so that video going viral it was so unexpected. I actually had a reporter that reached out to me and said, hey, we saw your video. We've kind of been doing some research on you. We'd love to feature your story. And so they did. And after they featured that story, I went on maternity leave, and then the company that I was employed with at that time basically had a problem with the story. They had a problem with me being on YouTube. They just, they felt like I should have gotten their permission before making a video about financial empowerment and all those sorts of things. And so that was the last straw for me. I'd already experienced these years of microaggressions, and I'd already experienced just not being valued, even making a 6-figure income. I knew that these people didn't value me. So at that point, I told my husband, I said, I got to get ready to leave this company. I have to prepare my exit plan. And I think it was 3 months later when I turned in my resignation. Yeah, I was out of there.
Come on, husband.
I was out of there.
With the support.
We
I've
had
heard so
to get
many
out of there.
stories like that where the employer won't allow their employee to express themselves outside of the job, and it becomes hard because people really have been. I know people who've lost their job for having their own personal brand outside of the job.
Yeah.
When they don't even coincide.
No,
Like,
there's no conflict of
nothing
interest. There's
at all.
yeah. So it happens a lot. And I think that people, when you go into these companies, you work for them, they want you to live, eat, and breathe that company. They do not want to see you, and many times do anything else that isn't job related. And so I've always been a talker. I've always been very expressive, and I've always wanted to help people. So to take away my voice, or to threaten to take away my voice, or to imply that I should get your permission to speak to my community, like, that was just the last straw for me. And so I was glad, because had they treated me better, I probably would have stayed. And then there would be no Jazzy Mac. It'd just be Jasmine, the employee who's still working for these companies. So I'm happy that I experienced a lot of the things that I experienced in corporate, because I was able to take a lot of those things and apply them in what I do as a business owner. My husband also worked in corporate for over 10 years, and he submitted his resignation letter. And so, it was just really an act of faith. It was a
Y'all
walk
both
of
stepped
faith.
out like,
We were out of there. We told God, like, we can't take this no more. Like, God, you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
And it was a kind of emotionally hard transition to make, but it just got to the point where it was like, we have no other choice. We got to get out of here. It's either our sanity or this job, and we had to choose ourselves.
So those exit plans for people who are in your position, where their exit plan started a year ago and they still on their exit plan. And there's no shade to nobody.
Right,
we here to
it
help.
takes time.
Okay?
It's a process.
We here to help.
Yeah.
Because I know that takes a lot of courage and a lot of power, honestly, a lot of strength to go in there and go, yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
And especially when you're making good money, because I'm sure you were making good money there. And so the exit plan happened. And what was your exit plan? What did you go into full time after leaving corporate?
So
tell the people.
So as part of the exit plan, we were doing YouTube, and I had gone on maternity leave, and God is so amazing, because right when I went on maternity leave is when I got monetized for YouTube. So that one video went viral enough to where I had built up the subscribers and the hourly, the number of hours you had to have to be monetized. And so my first YouTube check was almost $7,000. And so I said,
girl, don't listen. I've been going since August.
No, you'll get there. Trust me. You'll get there. All it takes is one viral video, and like, you're on your way. And so that's what it was. So
that's dope.
We were, when we were making those videos, we also were making digital products along with it. So my whole sales funnel was, people find the video on YouTube, they watched it, there's a digital product in there. If they need additional resources, and within, I think right after I went on maternity leave, within 4 months, we'd done $100,000 in sales and revenue.
Such an agree. Hallelujah. Hit that bay. No, that's a blessing for real.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So that was the confirmation. God said, this is what I've shown you that you can do in 4 months. So I finished out the maternity leave, and I think the day after I came back from maternity leave was my last day working. That was it. I was.
How dare y'all call her while she's resting?
Listen, people are bold.
Wow, that's so disheartening to hear. Like,
it like,
hey, since you're at home pregnant, why are you doing this? Why are you living your best life? Is what we want to know.
It's ridiculous.
But I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you for coming on out and shining the way that you did.
Thank you.
For real. Okay, so you also are like a work at home advisor or a person who it puts us in the right direction. Because I was looking Chick-fil-A, you could work from home, Airbnb,
Yeah.
Amazon. I was on the YouTube like everybody can work from home.
Yeah,
if they wanted
everybody
to.
can.
And you make it easy to do. And you give really good steps. So tell us about that, your YouTube, about working from home.
Yeah, so I think that we're in the middle of almost like just an evolution of what the job industry looks like, what the work industry looks like. And, thanks to the pandemic, a lot of companies had to rethink how they manage these businesses and how they manage the employees. So most of the companies out here, you can work from home. There isn't special training that you have to have when you decide to go into a remote position, because I get the question a lot of, hey, I've worked in customer service for 5 years, but I've never done it from home. How do I prepare to work from home? And there is no preparation. If you've got customer service skills, you can go work any job. And so I try to give people actionable steps of how they can get these jobs. A lot of people have been out of work for a year, 2 years. The pandemic has really shaken things up. And so we have new moms that, have not worked in a year that are trying to get back. And I think it's important to understand that your soft skills will transfer better than any other technical skill you can have.
What are soft skills for those who don't know?
So your soft skills are going to be how you communicate, how you speak to people, how you handle conflict, how do you process things if you are trying to problem solve, these things that you pretty much develop just as a person. You don't need a lot of experience to work in a lot of these jobs, because the technical stuff can be taught to you on the job. It's really more mental than anything. But a stay-at-home mom has managerial experience. She manages a house. She helps her kids with projects. She's done some project management. She knows how to handle conflict. She knows how to escalate things. She knows how to de-escalate things.
Compartmentalize.
You know how to compartmentalize.
to get it
You
done.
know how to
baby.
negotiate.
Yep.
You know how to compensate. You know how to do all of these things. And it's like people have more skills than they realize. So I tried to make that the focus of those videos, highlighting those soft skills and knowing how to articulate your value and tell your story, so that an employer says, you know what, even if you don't have the technical stuff, we can train you on that. I just like how Joy communicates. I like how Joy problem solves. I like how she, just gets the message across. So yeah, that's what we tried to do.
Okay, because I love the YouTube. So y'all, her information is going to be at the bottom of the screen. If you are looking to work at home and you need some guidance, some advice on how to do it, I'm telling you, the moment you tap on the YouTube, it's going to pop up. What was your latest video? Like,
the latest video was the Chick-fil-A and Southwest video,
Yes.
Southwest Airlines.
y'all go.
Go get you a job.
I'm telling you, because I got tons of friends like, I just want to work from home. I want to work from home.
Yeah.
And when I saw your YouTube, I'm like, oh, that's the key.
Yes.
She's letting y'all get the bag.
Trying to give y'all the soft life.
Okay.
You got to do this hard stuff.
Right.
You live the soft life.
So, okay. And speaking of soft life, how do you balance being a mother, a wife, and a businesswoman? And you got to tell us like give us some tips when you working with your partner, how to keep it, loving and and soft, because I know growing with my partner, it get a little, a little tough in there, and I get a little masculine, and I have to soften.
Yeah. We all do. We have to catch ourselves.
How are you balancing married life, motherhood, and business?
I mean, like, I literally launched my business when I was pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant, when we became monetized on YouTube. So I was battling pregnancy pangs and, still the stress from work. And then, of course, trying to still be a wife and be all the things. So I say, in all honesty, there is no balance. Balance is very much a vanity metric. You're not going to be able to give equal attention to the husband, the kids, the business every single day. You're just not. So for us, we have focus days or sometimes focus weeks where we say, you know what? We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. We're just working this week. We have a lot of help. We have the nanny. I am very proud to say I have help and
Period.
I use my help. I'm very proud of that because the best thing that I can do is ask for help so that I'm not burnt out when I spend time with my son. I know he could sense the stress if I were stressed from working too hard or just, anything else. So for me, the balance comes with having a village. We have a nanny. We have people to come and clean the house.
How'd you get there though? Because help is hard to ask. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard for me. Even now, I can ask for help, but certain things like because my son lives in Nashville with his father,
Okay.
but when he's here, I feel like he's all my responsibility.
Yeah.
So that guilt of even when I have to ask my mom, "Hey mom, I gotta work. Can you watch him?" I'll be feeling guilty when I drop him off.
Yeah.
Like I'll be like, you should be able to joy. You should be able to take care of him. He can sit there while you work, and then you
That's
can
what we
feed him,
tell
and then you gotta.
ourselves.
And sometimes my son, he's very vocal. He'll be like, "Mommy, you work a lot."
Well,
So,
that should
and
be
it's
the
like,
indicator that
mm-hmm,
you need some help when your kids
mm-hmm,
are telling you that you work a lot. Like
mm-hmm.
your kids see the stress when you don't
They
even
do,
know it.
they
Like they
do.
see your aura and your spirit and they know mommy's something's not right with
Mm-hmm,
mommy. And so I am a huge advocate of going to therapy. Been in
mm-hmm,
therapy for years, love therapy. And one of the things that I have a life coach Vaughn is my life coach, and then I
mm-hmm,
have a separate therapist. And she told me that one of the most loving things you can do is ask for help.
mm-hmm.
Why would you burn out? Because that's our culture, or because that's what we've been groomed to believe is being a
Mm-hmm.
good mom? No, that's what we do because some people have no choice but to do it. But if you have a choice, the most
And watch
loving
my
thing,
mama do it
and you watch mama do
flawlessly,
it.
quote
Yeah,
unquote.
she made it look
Oh, she
flawless.
made it look easy. Then
Then that's why we think we should do it because my mom had 6 kids and was a single parent. And I'm like, how
how?
did you do that
And I asked my
without
mama
going
with 3.
crazy?
I'm like, Mom, you did good. I be telling her all the time,
Yeah.
Mother, I have 1, and I'm like, and I have him part time, and I'm still like,
Right.
oh, this is a lot. So my mama did the doggone thing,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
didn't have help.
That's
Like my dad,
crazy. That's
we didn't have
amazing.
no
She
nanny.
just, wow. And
Mm-mm.
it's like they still have their sanity,
Yep,
which is just to me amazing to do that
yep.
by yourself. I don't know how single women do it, but but God makes a way. But I think that there's oftentimes, in the Black community, there's just a stigma around admitting that you need help, admitting that you're tired, admitting that things are just not going the way that they need to go. And so with going to therapy, I learned that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to not people please and to for once say, I just got to focus on myself. I need rest. And to just the power of the word no when
It
you are
works.
burnt out.
It works. It
It's
works
like it's a
wonders.
remedy for a
Yep.
whole lot of illnesses
Mhm.
to just say no.
Mhm.
And so I didn't realize how, I got to a point where my body was starting to ache and I felt 50. I just felt old. And, and talking to my life coach and my therapist, they said the same thing, that when the body is so stressed out, you start to have these physical ailments. And, that's when you start to see just all different things in the body breaking down. And it's just your body yelling for a break, yelling for you to relieve it. And so I think I just, when I went to therapy and I really started to think about it, and I thought about like the concept of why people have high blood pressure, I was like, okay, it makes sense. They're stressed, they're depressed, they're all of these things because they're trying to be everything to everybody. So when you learn that you can't pour from an empty cup, and you really understand that concept that I got to be full before I can do anything for anybody else, I think it becomes easy. It becomes easy to say, okay, now I can run the business. Now I can do whatever it is that I desire to do.
I love that. I love it. So it's really no balance. It's just,
No, it's self
yep,
awareness.
and being aware that you need the help. You're
Yeah.
saying, hey, can't do that today.
Yeah. The strongest thing you
Mm-hmm.
can do is be vulnerable. And I think we have to tear down that wall. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, life has happened to where we probably did have to be strong. Maybe we didn't have people show up for us or protect us in the way that they should have. But I think you get to a point in life where you're going to have to start confronting those
Mm-hmm.
things and not running from it. And I think being ultra, shielded and just being like just stoic all the time. It's just not healthy.
Oh, it's not. It used to be me, but it's not.
Yeah, that used to be me.
Oh, I used to be like, what? No, I'm not bothered.
Yeah, unbothered.
And I mean tired, okay? Tired on the inside.
Yeah,
just
you're
drained.
breaking down on the inside. Yeah.
So I get it. Thank you for that. For real. So, okay. So now we're going to go to a part off business. Oh, wait. Because she does make six figures. It's getting people 2 ways they can make 6 figures, like your most important ways that you think are important. And if you want to make 6 figures, this got to be first on your list.
Well, first, you have to believe that you can do it. I'm going to say 90% of making 6 figures is the mindset. I'm big on manifestation. So as a man thinketh, so is he, making vision boards and putting it out into the universe that this is what I want to happen. This is, what I want my life to look like. So I think 90% of it is mindset. And then the other part is if you're going to make 6 figures, you have to have a product that scales. You can do your one-on-one consultations, but that will eventually drain you because I went that route. The money can be good, but then handling everybody else's problems, for me, it became draining. And so I decided to put it into the form of a digital product, into the form of a course. So take what you know, write it out, ask people, say, hey, what do you think my gifts are? What am I good at doing? Am I good at giving advice? Am I good at cooking? Am I good at getting the kids off to bed at a decent hour? Like, what are my gifts? Because chances are there are a lot of people out there that need your gifts. And so to put it into a course is going to be the quickest way to get to 6 figures.
I love that.
Yeah.
She just gave y'all another key. So I love it. Okay, so now, what is something that people do not know about you that you want them to know?
I feel like me to look at my husband like, what do you think people want to know? I don't know.
And it could be on any level, personal, business, whatever.
I have a degree in psychology.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl, you do it all.
Yeah. So, there's a story behind that. So, I first started out as a nursing student. So, God just had a totally different plan for me. And I started out as a nursing student, did it for 2 years, and just woke up one day and said, this is not my passion. I love helping people, but this is not going to be the way that I ultimately help people. So I finished out my bachelor's degree in psychology. Went back, got my master's degree in business, and still said, there's a different way that I got to help people. So I'm really, really sensitive. Like, a lot of people will think that I just have this, hard exterior, but really I'm probably one of the most sensitive people that you'll ever meet. So, I think like I'm big on body language, energy, tone, like it matters to me how you speak to me. How you look at me, like it's a whole conversation I'll have in my head about how she looks at me.
When's your birthday?
I'm a Scorpio, so my birthday's in November.
Okay, November. Okay, I'm in October. Because it was giving a little twin vibe. I'm like, okay.
Right, kind of like twin flame a little bit. Yeah, some rising phoenix in there somewhere.
I love the phoenix.
Yes.
Oh, for real, I love the phoenix. Okay.
So, but yeah, I'm very sensitive. I think that's something a lot of people don't know about.
Okay, because you give stern online. I was like, oh yeah, you don't play no games. But keep giving that. Keep giving that.
Soften up.
No.
I have to become softer. I didn't know it gave stern.
Soft. It's soft. It's not that it's not soft. It's I mean business. And that's what I came to do.
Yeah.
I didn't come to play with y'all
No,
today.
I don't come to play. Because I got to get people to the bag. I don't like, I feel like I wasted, I jumped through a whole lot of hoops and just, God just went through a whole lot of stuff. I don't want people to go through what I went through. I want you to get to the bag, and I want people to be successful. So I am stern sometimes, even with my own nieces and other people in my family. And it's like, if I'm not being stern with you, that means I don't care about you.
And I be trying to tell my people that too, because I ain't stern with everybody.
Exactly.
But this is love.
This is love.
This is love, because I want to see you win.
Yeah.
And the people closest to me, they know. They be like, Joy, not today. was like, but I'm just asking, did you write the list? That's all.
That's it. That's it.
Did you at least write down what you want?
Right.
That's all I'm asking. So I'm with you on that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so dope. You're so beautiful. You're such a light. And I mean, you're helping people get financially free, you know, and that is something we all need today.
Yes.
Okay. So family, I hope y'all got something from Jack, because I know I did. And all her information is at the bottom of the screen. Y'all go get something from her. Glean. Make your life
there.
level up. Okay.
Yes.
And when I say she gives it all away, she gives it all away.
Yes.
And if you want to go deeper, her info is there, so you can get deeper information from her. Courses, books, she has it all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
I
there
love
for
it.
you. Yeah.
Thank you for coming to the couch.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
This was
And one day
exciting.
we're gonna get all the ladies together, because I promise you that's what this
Oh, that
was
would be
started as.
fun.
I wanted all the ladies on the couch together as one.
Oh,
So
that'll
yeah,
be
we
so
got to
fun.
do that one day.
Yeah. I look forward to that.
Thank you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter where you came from, there's always room for you right here on the couch. See you next time.
Hey man, you a fool for this one?